All right, last class we put our sleeves together and we sewed our lining together. And now this class we're going to apply the sleeve. Now I've just have the sleeve pinned in at the notches. And remember, if your notches don't match, something's wrong. So I'm pinned in at the notches, and what I'm looking for here is to see if that sleeve falls at the mark where we marked my arm. And it looks like it is. Great. Okay? So now, if it doesn't, be sure to rotate your sleeve one way or the other. Now, you don't have to rotate a sleeve, moving it just a smidgen moves it a lot. Okay? But I think I'm going to go with this. And I'm getting my lining, shoulder pads, everything out of the way, and I'm going to baste this sleeve in. Don't think you're just going to pin it around and get it under the machine. It's not going to happen. It's like easy to slap a sleeve in. To get it right is the trick. So I'm going to take my basting thread, and I want you to watch how I'm basting here. I'm taking and I'm going to baste right where I'm sewing. And to get this ease in, I'm going to drape this over my fingers to help me ease it in. All right? Now, of course, there's no ease under the arm. I'm basting right at the 1/2 inch because that's where I'm going to sew. Hi, Crystal.
There's so much space there.
I am rolling it over my fingers, and I'm basting at that 1/2 inch. Do a pretty good small stitch and pretty tight. You see how I'm going to ease that in?
Rolling it over your fingers like
Yes.
that, that's what's going to ease it in?
Yes. Remember last class we kind of steamed it a little bit, and we put that ease stitch in. I guess I ought to turn off that music, huh?
Uh-oh.
That rolling it over my fingers is a huge help. Almost done here. Okay. Now let's check it. Because if it's not basted in right, it's just basting. Very quick and easy to take it out and do it again. It's a lot easier than trying to take out permanent stitching. Okay. Now, this is what I was talking about. You see how the sleeve is hugging the body? You know, you don't want to see anything breaking or the sleeve pulling from the body. That would mean it was too tight. And I've checked the back. Huggy. Okay, I think it's ready to be sewed in permanently. Now, your first reaction here is you know, like a blouse or a dress, you'd want to go under the machine like this and sew on the sleeve, right? That is not how we're going to sew this. We're going to show it a different way. I am going to sew it from the garment side. It feels a little weird, but see, that's also using the machine to help me ease in the sleeve. And of course, no matter how much I pull or tug or whatever, that's why we have the armhole tape there. Somebody else needs to be watching. And I'm sewing right on my basting stitch. I can see it. This is not like you do other sleeves. See where I'm sewing right on my basting? And it should be right against the armhole tape. And it does feel a little strange. Something you're not used to doing. Which side of the garment am I sewing on?
Okay.
Which side am I sewing on? Was a question.
Oh, the wrong side.
No. Am I sewing from the sleeve side or the garment side?
The garment side.
Yes. Not like you've done other sleeves before.
Because the tape is on the garment side.
Right. I'm not sewing from the sleeve side.
The garment side.
Okay. And I could take my basting thread out. Alright, permanently sewed in. Yep, okay. Now, at this point, you see I've got the canvas in there. I want to baste around and catch everything. And the reason I had you pull the shoulder pad out about 1/2 inch up here to nothing here, because I don't want to get, you know, pulling here, like a bubble like this. So I'm going to take my basting